What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's talk Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode... What are we on? Episode 4, Skating on Thin Ice. If you are a new subscriber, or new viewer, or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, I hope this is the video that convinces you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, all right? So, let's get... I want to say, first off, I don't think Latoya fits in with these people. And the reason I feel that way is because I feel like Latoya has a certain level of maturity that just does not work with these people and with this show. She always looks like out of place. Um she always looks out of place. She always looks like she's uncomfortable in situations. She's always looking at them like this is like super super childish. But I mean I like Dr. Latoya, but I don't know if she necessarily fits, okay? So we still on this boat, y'all, where Anthony is still crying about how Latoya's family did not have his back in regards to going to Atlanta to work for Disney and Marvel. So we finally get some tears. Now that he done did enough hooping and hollering that his tears are now coming down. So basically, Anthony wanted her family, her parents, her cousins, her siblings, her aunts, her uncles to take his side and rally around him the way that they would do her. On one hand, when you do marry somebody, you do become their family. You guys just become one. But there is always going to be a difference in the level of support. There just is. Whether it's cool or not, whether it's okay or not, there is always going to be a certain difference in support between this is my child and this is my child's spouse, right? So Latoya is saying how she has never seen this type of emotion from him, and she knew that he resented her because of this whole Atlanta situation. He swears he doesn't. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You resent her, Anthony, because you keep talking about it. Y'all can't talk about what you gonna have for dinner without being like, remember when I was in Atlanta and we would talk about what I wanted for dinner? Remember that? Like, you always take it back to Atlanta. So there is a level of resentment that happened in that. So then they finally are like toasting with this other couple. I said, what a great day out on the boat. I promise I wouldn't go to another boating, yachting, excursion, whatever with them because y'all spent the entire time on this boat talking about something that happened 3 years ago during the pandemic that really shouldn't even be a topic of discussion anymore. But whatever. So we see Chelsea. Now, is this the same Chelsea that was Christina's friend? Is that the same girl? Y'all let me know. But we see Chelsea. She goes over to Russell and Kobe's house. So Russell is planning Kobe a 30th surprise birthday party, and Chelsea's helping him out with various details. So Chelsea goes upstairs, and Kobe is an influencer, and she is talking to Chelsea about these different brand deals that she's working on. So one deal in particular is by, I think the name was Harper Ray. She's a big deal in Detroit, and Kobe wants to try to get some type of collaboration or partnership with her. She wants to focus more on Detroit brands, Detroit products, different things like that. So Kobe is saying how when she was talking to Harper told her, "Oh, Christina has already approached me about this. We have something going on, the two of us. Maybe you should try to talk to Christina about getting in on that partnership with her. You know what I'm saying? We can get a 2-for-1." Kobe sends Christina a text message, and she's like, I text Christina asking her about it, but Christina texts me back saying that she was confused about the message. Christina don't want to work with you. She doesn't want to share her partnership deal. We get more into that later, but Christina doesn't want to share this partnership deal with this big brand. And I feel like Kobe has to understand that and then move on from it. So Christina and Brandon are meeting up with their marriage mentors. And Brandon comes into the house And Christina's like, so you ready to get into this? And he's quiet. I guess, man, I don't know. Brandon is so childish. Brandon is annoying. I want to believe that Brandon is acting with a lot of this, but I really don't know. So they're talking to the mentors, and Brandon tells them that this is his first night back. He's been sleeping at the penthouse. He has not been sleeping at the penthouse since the weekend where they had their blow up. Long story short, Brandon goes into the same spiel that we were hearing. I was way more popping before I got married. I'm just going to say this once, and it's my last time saying this, Brandon. You getting married did not change your popularity, right? Unless you're talking about your popularity with the ladies or being a ladies' man. But being in the industry and doing the type of work that you're doing, being married, having a spouse, having a family is not going to affect how popping you are. I think Brandon thinks that he was more popping than he is now. He thinks it. I don't think Brandon is really that dude that he's trying to make himself out to be. So Christina said that Brandon is making it seem as if he is holding her back in his career. And she feels that Brandon feels that maybe he shouldn't have gotten married because marriage has changed his career trajectory. Brandon then said, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. They then get into this back and forth where Christina points out that Brandon said that he was, or alluded to being done with the marriage. His response was, well, I think you said something that made me want to say that in response. And it's like, y'all are arguing like two little kids. Two little children. At the end of the day, Christina says that she felt belittled, unprotected, unsupported. She felt unsafe in that situation, as she should have. Because here you have this other man yelling at your wife, telling her that she's insecure and she's holding you back in your career. Then you have this other man that's jumping in on this and joining in and making it just as bad. And then on top of that, you have Brandon who starts yelling out, she's not insecure. She's not insecure. Yeah, she should have felt the way in that moment. End of the day, Brandon apologizes for being caught up or being so caught up in his own agenda that he wasn't paying attention to how his words and his actions were affecting her. Nothing's going to change because Brandon didn't seem sincere in his apology. To be real, to me at least, Brandon did not seem sincere in his apology. Brandon seemed like he was apologizing just because he had to apologize. So we get Anthony and Latoya headed to church. And I hate to say it, but this was a pointless scene. This was a pointless scene. But Latoya asks if Anthony, is going to go and talk to her father about what happened 3 years ago. I will be so glad when we stop hearing about Atlanta. I will be so glad when we start hearing about effing Atlanta. I will be. So Anthony said, nah, it's cool. He's over it. Now, you're not, because you were just all but weeping about it on this boat. Talk to her daddy, get to the root of it so we can move on from this. I don't want to hear about this all season. I don't. What was the job? What job? What, like, literally, I want to know the exact position that Anthony was working on down there. What projects were you supposed to be a part of? What was it? What was it? Because you can't just keep saying Disney Marvel, Disney Marvel. What were you going to be doing exactly? Were you going to be on the set of the Black Panther? Like, what is going on? So we get a scene of them in church. After church, Anthony decides to talk to Latoya's father, Bishop. And I'm thinking, now? You want to talk about this right now. It can't be when he comes over for dinner. It has to be right now after church while Latoya and them kids are sitting in the car. So he's talking, and Anthony is telling Bishop that, he was trying to level up his family, and this was going to be a great opportunity for the family, and he feels that they did not support him. Her father, Bishop, is like, well, look, your kids were going through things. Little Anthony needed his father there. He needed your physical presence as support, along with seeing his parents be united to help him get through this. He said that was my main concern. He said that opportunity, while that specific opportunity is gone, that story is not done. It will come back around tenfold to you. You have to be patient. Stop looking in the past about what you could have done 3 years ago. Anthony, you're holding yourself back. I have applied for jobs and not gotten them. Can you imagine if I was still stuck on the jobs that I applied for 2, 3, 4 years ago? And you're not looking straight ahead at the opportunities that can be coming? Like I just that is wild. If Anthony feels held back in any capacity, he's holding himself back because he is still stuck on something that happened in 2020. And I know this is filmed in 2022, but still, come on. You gotta let that go. So Anthony is like, well, it just felt like everyone was against me. Y'all were calling me a deadbeat dad. If were you acting like one? If you know that you are not a deadbeat dad and you know that you aren't acting like a deadbeat dad, why are you even getting all worked up about this? Why? Why would you get so worked up about this to the point that now you just can't take life? You just don't know what to do with yourself. I feel like Anthony is causing all this turmoil for himself. You're causing yourself to still be upset about this. Everybody else has moved on and you need to as well. So Anthony is missing the bigger picture because he is so short-minded. It's not that people were against you. Like the bishop said, we weren't against you. We were for your family. We're looking out for these kids during this tumultuous time in the world and then in their individual lives with what they were experiencing at school. So her father apologizing. It's like, you felt how you felt. I can't tell you how to feel about anything. He said, but them kids needed their dad. At the end of the day, they needed their dad. And Anthony is acting like a little kid that didn't get his way. You know, I didn't get to get the toy that I wanted, so now I'm going to pitch a fit and have an attitude about it, even though I didn't get that toy, there's a bigger, better toy that might be coming out next year that I might get that one instead. It's crazy. So then his bishop tells him that an opportunity will come back around. It will. It will. So then we have Russell. Russell is out looking at this Anytime Fitness that he wants to buy, and basically, he wants to know about the business side. And the man is like, well, you got to keep track of your memberships and how many people are coming in and how many people are leaving. How many smoothies did you make? Keep track of that type of stuff. I said, why are we talking about basic stuff like this? And then Russell is soaking in, okay, so keep track of how many, like the membership. Nigga, yes. Yes. Of course. It's no different with YouTube. You keep track of the subscribers. You look at the analytics. You keep track of what videos do the best. You keep track of what topics do the best. What in this video worked that people resonated with? What style works? What lights work? What microphone works? What should I use a program? Should I record on my phone? Should I get a camera? It's basic things. Basic things. Yes. You have to keep track of how much money you are spending and how much money you are actually getting in. Keep track of the memberships to make sure that, people are actually joining the gym, staying with the gym. Like this is not brain science. What they call it? This is not brain surgery. No, that's not the slogan. What is it? Is it brain surgery? Is it rocket science? Is that it? I don't know why my mind went blank, but like I just kind of feel like Russell was like being weird about this. Russell, was it Rox? I think it was on Rox recap, and she was like, Russell seemed a little slow, and I feel like every episode he proves her right. Every single episode he proves Rox right. So the guy is telling him that I didn't start to see a real profit. Took me almost 3 years. Russell was like, it ain't gonna take us that long. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Most businesses fail in the first year. Everybody knows that. There are millions of gyms. Millions of gyms. I go out my apartment right now. There's a YMCA there. There's an Anytime Fitness there. There's a Planet Fitness a little bit up the road. There's a Snap Fitness back this way. There's another Planet Fitness this way. Further up that road, past the YMCA, there is an Orange Julius. No, what's it called? Orange Theory. Gyms are everywhere. So yes, you do have, on top of the fact that at people's apartment buildings have gyms, community centers have gyms. Everybody has a Peloton because everybody putting them on the firm and afterpay. So everybody has a Peloton now. So yeah, you need to be cautious about this. So we get this skating event. And this is like, I guess, the coup de grace of the episode, right? So Anthony wants, in Detroit we skate, my guy. Everything Anthony does is in Detroit. In Detroit we take this serious, yo. In Detroit we wash our hands. In Detroit, we get up and we drink coffee in the morning. That's just the Detroit way. We get it. We get it. Y'all skate. Y'all skate. People skate everywhere, B. So Brandon can't skate. Like he said he hasn't skated since he was like back in the day. Anthony offers to hold his hand, and I'd be damned if them niggas held hands. What? Um. So Christina can't skate. She her toe was messed up, so she literally cannot skate. So Kobe comes in by herself, and they're like, "Oh, where's Russell?" She said Russell's been in meeting after meeting. Haven't talked to him, but I'm assuming he's on his way. Russell comes in like clockwork. So, girl, did y'all park in the parking lot together, and then you ran in first? Like it was literally like 5 minutes later that Russell came in. So Russell comes in. I thought it was interesting that he greeted Christina first, then Brandon, then his wife. I would think he would have went straight to his wife. Hey, so Russell and Kobe go over to the side to get skates. And Russell was like, I'm 85% sold on this gym. And Kobe is like, what? How did it go from I'm thinking about buying a gym, thinking about it, to now you're 85% sold on buying this particular gym? So she wants to know why she was not included in these meetings. Russell doesn't know why she would think that she would be included in just the walk around, because this is something that you're saying both of us are buying. So if this is both of us buying this gym, I want to see it. I want to see it. I don't want to take your word for it. Because then to take it a step further, Russell was like, so this is for the family, and I might be too busy, with Divinity School and the CEO of, he's the one with the nonprofit, right? With the nonprofit. And he's like, so you might be doing the day-to-day operations. So let's get this straight. You want her to pull back on the stuff that she does, mother, wife, taking care of the house, being an influencer. You want her to step back from what she's doing to run the day-to-day of this gym, but you don't want to give her the courtesy or the opportunity to take a look at the damn gym that she's going to be managing. He then tells her that there are going to be times when she is not in the immediate conversation regarding business, and he will update her on that later. Russell, go to hell, because none of that makes sense. It sounds like I want this gym, I'm gonna buy it, you're gonna run it, I'll make all the decisions, but I want you to do the little mundane day-to-day tasks that I don't want to have to deal with, and I don't want to have to hire out, so I don't have to pay a manager to do. Anthony is talking to the guys about the men's movement. I just Anthony said that it's to help build strong men and to help men find their voice. Brandon is like, okay, sounds good. I want to start planning this showcase. Let's talk about this showcase. Let's get stakeholders involved. Let's get investors involved. Let's have a prize. Let's get people on stage to perform. Yes, nigga, that's the showcase. Russell is like, well, make sure your wife knows everybody that's gonna be there because I am so sorry that I did that. And it's a good key. Now the guys are over there talking about that. Meanwhile, Christina and Kobe are going back and forth about this partnership deal. And this is the dumbest shit ever because, and I mean, maybe I'm in the wrong, but I'm on Christina's side with this. Christina's telling Kobe, oh, my nose itches, my allergies, y'all. That's why I keep ripping my nose. So Christina's telling Kobe that she's sorry for not responding. She's been going through some stuff and she just needed to like disconnect from the world for a little bit. Kobe said it's okay to not be okay, but like just let us know. Christina said, well, you didn't ask. Did you call me? And Kobe was like, I called you. Christina said, you didn't call me, you text. And Christina is like, I mean, Kobe is like, well, I thought that maybe we could work together. That was really my initial reason for reaching out. So let's stop right there. Kobe, you can't like this is what bothered me about Kobe in this entire situation. Kobe is trying to beat around the bush and talk in circles about what it is that you really want. You want in on this deal with Harper Ray. You want to be a part of this joint collaboration. And instead of you being like upfront with it and coming out with it and presenting to Christina why it would be a good idea for the two of you to work together on this, you try to make it seem as if you were concerned about her with Brandon. Then you try to make it seem as if Christina has been saying, let's work together, and you've been trying to work with her, and Christina is pulling back. And that's not the case. So Christina said that, yeah, I said we should collab on like day in the life type stuff or on like fashion. Kobe said that, well, she's been trying to work with her about Harper Ray. Christina said, look, I spoke with Harper Ray, and the way that it was presented to me is that you are trying to get in on this deal. The issue might be Harper. The issue might be Harper Ray in this scenario because it sounds like Harper told them two different things, the same thing, but Harper presented it to them two different ways. Kobe said that it makes sense for them to work on this together. Long story short, Kobe is salty that Christina got the deal and does not want to share it with her. Because my question is, when Kobe reached out to Harper Ray, and Harper said, oh, Christina reached out to me about this first. Y'all are doing the same type of thing. I think it's the sipping shop. Maybe y'all should collab on it together. I don't feel that Christina should have to share this. If this is my idea, and I said that I was going to do this collab, and I had this idea to do a sipping shop, I was able to hook this Detroit brand that I want to have there. You heard me say sipping shop. You now want to throw a sipping shop of your own, which is perfectly fine. Christina's not tripping about that. But I don't know why I should have to share the collab deal that I got already and I got first. So now Kobe is like, well, you're being selfish and I see what you're on. And Christina's like, how am I being selfish? What other deals have you presented to me? What have you brought to me and said, let's collab on? Kobe is like, well, this one. No. No. That's not how that works, Kobe. Kobe, you went after that deal yourself. I do not believe that if Harper Ray would have been like, great, let's work on this, that Kobe would have called Christina and asked if she wanted to be a part of this. Kobe is mad because she wants this deal. Christina got the deal, and Christina does not want to share that deal with her, and damn it, she does not have to. She doesn't. She does not have to. It's not like this is a collaborative deal that was pitched to both of y'all and Christina is trying to take it. It's Christina's deal already. You can't, like, I don't understand this. If Kobe wanted to be a part of the deal, maybe you should have, instead of trying to do your own sipping shop, maybe you should have tried to get in on that, in the entire sipping shop with her, and then y'all could have worked on that together, then y'all would have got both of those deals or all of these deals together. I don't think that Christina's wrong in this. So now Kobe is ready to cry and says she wants to leave. Well, girl, bye. Leave then. I think a lot of this is Kobe being frustrated with how things are going with Russell. So it heightened her emotions in this moment. So Latoya is like, okay, well, do you want to work with her? Christina says she's not sharing her deal. She don't have to. Now, for Latoya to say that it's wrong for Christina to not want to do that, that's bull. That is bull. There are millions of YouTubers, right? I'm cool. I have a good rapport with a bunch of YouTubers where we all do the same type of content. We all do recaps on the same shows. If one of these other YouTubers gets some type of brand deal and I'm like, oh, bet, pitch me to that too, or maybe I can get in on that too. We can share like a coupon code or something like that. If they don't want to do that, I can't get mad about that. And that's basically what Kobe is doing. So Russell and the guys come over and they're like, y'all are friends, okay? Y'all should be able to have conversations about this. It shouldn't escalate to this. So Brandon in his confessional is like, well, Christina wants me to show up for her and have her back more. So damn it, I'm gonna do it now. So Brandon gets everything heightened. And Brandon is like, yeah, well, this is like a trend with y'all. Cause remember, like the makeup artist, and you can see Christina even look up at him kind of on some, don't do this. So Kobe is like, Mariah, my agents hooked that up. That had nothing to do with me. So Russell is like, why you trying to get something started? Because you are, Brandon. You being messy right now. Brandon said, well, there have been multiple times that Kobe has done this. And then he calls her a Kobe cat. I said, why wasn't that the name of the episode? So Kobe feels the way about that, as she should. And Russell was like, nah, don't do that. So now Russell don't want Brandon addressing Kobe because now you're being disrespectful. And then Kobe tells Christina, if you felt that I was copying you, you should have said that. Christina said, I didn't say that and I don't feel that way. That's Brandon, which is true. So I do hope that Kobe has seen that episode where was it, what, episode one? Episode one, I believe, or maybe two, where Christina and Brandon are talking, and Brandon is telling her Kobe's copying her, and Christina is like, no, she's not. So I hope Kobe saw that part, but Christina hasn't, unless it's off camera and we don't know about it. But we haven't seen Christina say that she feels that Kobe is copying her. And that's how the episode ends. And it seems like next week Latoya and Anthony are picking sides, and Latoya feels that Christina is wrong for this. And it's like, I don't. I don't. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.